what we gained was that Trudeau doesn't see himself in the wrong or doesn't see there to be anything to apologize for, and he also sees his inaction as the right action to take at this point.
Breaking down Justin Trudeau's address on the SNC-Lavalin Affair, saying there was an erosion of trust and bad communication between his office and the former Attorney Generals. He spoke about the controversy today, but did he do enough to restore trust? Macleans writer Jason Markusoff has been following this story and joins me for a closer look at Trudeau's address.
You know, he had laid hints that there was going to be contrition, some apology. There was no apology, no major development, no decisions made, nothing really to announce. You know, if the biggest headline is he acknowledges there was an erosion of trust, that's not that exciting or dramatic.
Should he have apologized?
It depends on how he did it. Like, you know, it seems like he thinks there's nothing to apologize for or express regret for. I mean, it was kind of like the closest thing he said to that, and this was like, I wish things ended differently. I wish people understood things differently, which is, you know, and even like on one level, you could say, you know, like that typically lame apology people give is mistakes were made. He didn't even say that this time. What he said was lessons were learned. It was incredibly passive.
Would it have maybe sounded like an admission of guilt in some way if he did apologize?
He doesn't want to be, you know, he doesn't want to give the opposition that clip saying, I made a mistake, I was unethical, I was unduly inappropriate, I applied pressure and I shouldn't have, and I was in the wrong. He probably doesn't want that clip being played by opposition from here to October. But he could have said, you know, we have to do things differently. We have to be more forthright. We have to appear to be more ethical and beyond reproach. So here are the things I'm going to do and I'm going to study. He did very little of that, if any.
What does it say when the message has seemed to have shifted from denial of the report to defending actions that were seemingly in defense of these 9,000 jobs that he says?
Between his formal personal aid and the things that he said or didn't say today, they're really trying to steer it into a more of a boring situation where it becomes a he said, she said. When it becomes bogged down into that and this idea of it's, you know, principles on legal independence versus jobs, that's sort of a sweet spot where they have it. If it's not, you know, if it doesn't have that whiff of clear scandal, if it gets bogged down in details and particularities, the Liberals will be very happy because they don't want it to come across as a clear problem where there was a clear situation of guilt. So even by admitting it, perhaps, Trudeau didn't want that, didn't want to say there was something wrong I did.
Markusoff says there are still troubles within the Liberal caucus, and he wouldn't be surprised if there are departures after Trudeau's address. In Calgary, Crystal Ladaris, City News.